Hello everyone, this is me, Dusty Circuit here, and today just thought I'd make a little, I guess another Midgard, update video, just kind of about what things have been going on. And as of lately, I really haven't been playing much on Midgard, largely due to my addiction to Kerbal Space Program, but I do still intend. I still have projects on here that I would like to get done, and there's still things I'm very much looking forward to. But unfortunately for me, one of those things is behind a major Minecraft update or possibly more than one major Minecraft update that it's still going to take probably several months to maybe even a year for Midgard to update to. I'm referring to update. I'm referring to 1.21 and the Auto Crafter. And I mean, while that's a thing I'm really eager to start playing with, and I mean, while there's nothing stopping me from playing with it in creative worlds, and or even on Valhalla, because of course Valhalla has some of the 1.21 features, but then there's that whole kind of thing about where I've created this cool thing with the Auto Crafter, but then I cannot use it, and I can't use it on Midgard until Midgard updates to 1.21. And I feel like it's just kind of my experience on Midgard, although nowhere near as farm team dependent as it used to be, it's still, largely, it's like there's still, if there's a feature and an update, and a major update, that I would love to use, but it's locked behind a major update. That's going to take the server that I'm playing on, that being Midgard, still another several months to possibly a year to update to. Then that's another it may seem it may seem, no matter how insignificant that or superficial it might seem to other people, especially players who are not redstoners, but to me, it's it's tantalizing, and it's I'm still going to do. I'm still gonna build. I'm still gonna make stuff in creative, with the Auto Crafter, but there's still that element of tantalization where we're this close to having it, but we're so close yet so far to actually being able to use it on Midgard, which it's not very pleasant, but I guess it's something I'm just gonna have to deal with. And though it's not to say that there's nothing for me to do on Midgard, I have so many ongoing projects on Midgard that I kind of have maybe lost track of a few of them. And I did make I think I actually did make a list of all the different projects that I need to do on Midgard, but I think I've at one point I just stopped updating it, and it's just I may have just forgotten I've even made such a list, but at some point I would like to get back into playing on Midgard and get back to doing get back to working on my various projects. And also the thought, and also I've had, and also it had occurred to me, like, uh, I've always had the thought in the back of my mind about, starting a new base, and it's, it just, for me to want to start a new base, at least for me, like, the way I play this, for me, like, considering the way I play Minecraft, a new base for me means I'd have to submit new farms, though with the changes to the recent changes to the farm team, that should not, that I actually see that as much less of a barrier today than it was just a few months ago, I feel like. And well, I guess technically I already have a new base in the works, though it's going to be in the end. It's my end base that I'm planning on doing. But even though it's going to be in the end dimension, I still would like to make that a functional base, like actually put farms in it. And I kind of feel like it would be like it would make a good not replacement for my main base, but just kind of, I guess, maybe like a successor to it. And it's also would make a good successor to my end base that I built with Nin and Mod Killer back on the old Little Kids server. And I think ever since that base, I've always wanted to follow that up with another end base, but it's just in between things that have been going on in life, and, like, so it's like I was planning this base, like, I would say 3/4 of a year ago, or maybe even a full year ago, and then, like, and then a bunch of events on Skade happened, and then Asgard happened, and then and then other life events happened for me, and then, like, well, both good, both enjoyable and stressful, and and then I got hyperfixated on another game altogether. So it's still, I haven't forgotten about that project, but it's kind of been on the back burner at the past several months. But I am anticipating getting to the day where I actually can start building that thing on Midgard, and especially the day when once I am finished building it on Midgard. Well, finished in air quotes. Because, well, the way I play this game, bases never really truly get finished. It's like they always, as the game gets updates, and, like, I always would add new things on to my bases. And, but by finished, I mean at least in a presentable, in a state where it's presentable. Like, I can't wait for that. Though there's, I guess, a few things, I could mention that are actually have recently come up, at least in terms of, Minecraft on Skade. One of those being that a skater that, or an old, member of ours, is actually making a return that I have been anticipating for the better part of the past 2 years. Like I'm not joking. I've been waiting for this player to be able to make a return for like at least 2 years, if not longer. And gosh, I'd say 3 years. Basically for the entirety of Skade's existence, I have been waiting for this player to return, to actually join Skade. But first, from my understanding, they've just been having way too much obligations and just things they had to tend to in real life. And, who this person is they were on the farm team, but I think they ended up leaving the farm team just due to just difficult circumstances on the old server. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And but just because they've just been busy with real life stuff, I guess they just haven't made a return until today. And just recently, Blue actually mentioned their name, and I'm like, oh, that player. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, I have been waiting for them to join for so long, and I'm excited. So, I'll just say that they go by the name of Maestro. And I believe I have mentioned their name a few times on my channel, but I'm glad they're actually able to make a return now. I believe as of me making this video, they are whitelisted on Skade, which is awesome. But anyway, I guess one other honorable mention is, I don't really want I don't mean to really give spoilers as to what's to come, but one of my biggest friends on Skade, Evan, actually just mentioned that they are considering at some point actually getting back into survival Minecraft, which then gave me an idea, and then I thought, maybe I like survival Minecraft, so maybe how about we I don't know, we do that together and make videos. Oh, I can't guarantee when that's gonna happen because, well, Evan has many obligations of their own, but to tend to, including which include them flying to Norway to visit Telly. Like, I'm not joking, and, well, they're doing this, from my understanding, largely because Telly, I believe a few months ago, Telly went out of their way to actually go to where Evan lived, to actually go to Evan's town to meet them. So I guess they, from my understanding, they've always wanted to go to Norway, but that visit by Telly has only encouraged them to do it even more. So yeah, Evan has obligations, but I can't wait for us to actually get around to doing survival Minecraft, but I guess I'll have to wait and see on that. But anyway, really the only thing that's changed on Midgard since I made my last video is, I've kind of made some upgrades to, well, I guess I'll call them fixes. So basically, so a lot of my farms, so this shulker box loader, that design that I've actually been using in a lot of my farms on Midgard, I've noticed it kind of has a few issues. Most notably, sometimes the shulker box would not get picked up by the hopper when it's broken by the piston, and sometimes it would just pop out like onto the floor as an item entity, and then eventually despawn, which is not a good, I'd consider a pretty serious bug, because sometimes you literally lose an entire shulker box worth of items, which is never good. So kind of largely to fix that, I actually decided to use a design of shulker box loader that JW, or Just Whiskers, actually created. I believe it was originally was created for my bulk storage room submission, but I saw was such a cool design that I actually made tweaks to it to make it work even better, and then I decided that's the design that I'm gonna use in that's the design that I'm gonna use in my farms going forward. And well, the reason we're at my tree farm is this is one of the most recent submissions I've made, which is to, I guess, both fix and upgrade my tree farm, kind of in the same submission. So basically, so this tree farm, basically this is a universal tree farm, meaning, well, I guess it's not truly universal in that it can do every single type of tree. Like, it can't do dark oak. It cannot do a dark oak, mangrove, and cherry logs, but it can do oak, birch, spruce, jungle, and acacia. But the main problem I had with this farm was every tree type would work fine except for acacia. It's like sometimes like the acacia would like jam this thing up and cause the leaf crushers to get stuck, and like some parts of the leaf crusher to be stuck in the extended position or a partially extended position, and then I'd have to manually break it and replace it, which was quite the chore. But I ended up finding another whole design for an automated tree farm on YouTube, and I decided to just replace the tree farm with that design. Though tree farms, or at least automated tree farms on Midgard, are kind of an affair to do. Are quite the affair to actually build, because it's because on Midgard, on Midgard, the TNT duping glitch is disabled. So like you can't do TNT duping on Midgard, which, like, probably like at least 80% of automated tree farm designs these days use now. So, which means, to make an automated tree farm, like, well, so your options for an automated tree farm on Midgard, like, are either like semi-automatic, where the trees automatically get like the wood gets collected, but it goes into like a storage area where it's like compressed into a cube, like similarly to how the community tree farm works, and you have to go there with an axe and then manually harvest all the wood, but it's at least like all in one spot, so it's like I guess it's easier to collect than it is to cut down trees. But and then the other option is to use dispensed TNT, but the issue with that is, or at least like, while you technically can just modify a tree farm design that uses TNT duping and just replace the TNT duper with a dispenser that dispenses TNT, like, while you can do that, it's not really optimal, because a lot of those designs actually are designs to basically constantly, like some tree farms actually are designed to constantly fire the TNT duper as long as the tree farm is running. Or like some designs where we fire some, like, or I guess and there are some designs that are, I guess, more sensibly done, so that the TNT duper only fires once the logs actually fill up to a certain point. But but even then, it's, with those designs, it's not hard to see how those would be wasteful, like as far as TNT usage, because it's like you'd be using like one TNT for like every few trees you grow, which would add up pretty quickly, especially if you're using wood, you're farming wood in large quantities. And then that's where the third option comes in, and which is the option that I'm using in both this tree farm and my nether tree farm and my concrete maker, and that is these TNT blast chambers, which, or at least this particular design, is by cubic meter. And though prior to this, I actually was using a design that was by El Mango. And, well, the reason I went to this design from that design is that El Mango's design had a tendency to, like, get desynchronized and then get jammed. And then really the only good way to fix it is to just load up a Lightmatic of the blast chamber in its like kind of in a known like configuration where all the redstone, all the pistons are in the right places, and then just basically tear down the whole blast chamber and rebuild it according to the Lightmatic. And it's not hard to imagine how annoying that was. So but then luckily for me, I had discovered that cubic meter had come up with this new design that actually has an interlock system in place where if the mechanism were to fall, were to become unsynchronized, in a way that would eventually cause the blast chamber to break. This has a system in place where if it falls out of sync, the blast chamber just basically trips offline, and it also it just trips out, and to where it doesn't work anymore, and it also causes the farm it's connected to trip off, to trip out as well. And then, well, it still requires the player to go down into this area here, and then manually clear out the blocks so that every one of these four sides is even again. But that's still a lot better than the thing catastrophically breaking, and then you have to basically rebuild the whole thing. Which these blast chambers for me have been a lot more reliable than you'd think. You'd think that, especially this being a server that's running Paper Spigot, which is at least according to the hardcore Redstone community, is just horribly bad for Redstone. You'd think this thing would be failing left and right, but I've used these blast chambers a lot, and I think I can count I can only count one instance of my blast chambers actually failing. I can count one, maybe two times they broke, and I think I'm forgetting what the second cause was, but the first time, well, the one that's at least I can remember the most was, I just so happened to be using my concrete maker at a time where, I believe Blue just so happened to be pasting in, birthday builds, and then that caused, a lag spike on the server. And said lag spike caused my blast chamber to break, basically. And while that was annoying, it was just, and while that was kind of annoying to fix, that was the only time I really had to deal with that. And basically, so, I believe that, and then there was, maybe one other time where one of my blast chambers broke and I had to reset it, but, those blast chambers are, have been very reliable. I don't think, this tree farm, I don't think I've ever had to reset once, and I think I think I might have had to reset the one at the nether tree farm once, and then the concrete maker one I had to reset because of, because of Blue pasting in schematics, but it's basically, outside of that, these farms have been outstandingly reliable. And one other thing I did with this tree farm was upgrade the storage. So before, the original tree farm just had one like mixed item shulker box loader, like in this section here. But then I decided to add like a bunch of shulker loaders here, and these are using the same design as the that same design that I modified that JW I came up with originally for my bulk storage room, but I then adapted into other purposes. And then I also decided to kind of get a little bit creative with the decoration here, kind of like this isn't just to make it look pretty. This is also to indicate which each what each storage what each section as whole, like where each type of wood goes. Like, so this is oak wood, and this is birch. And then spruce, and then jungle, and then acacia. And then over here is all the stripped variants, which also another feature I added to this tree farm was is a log stripper, which is over here. And it works exactly the same way as the log stripper that I added to my nether tree farm. And so I guess I'll address one elephant in the room, and that is the tree plugin, or I think it's the tree capitator plugin it's called. And yes, that actually does make these tree farms kind of redundant now. Like it's, you don't actually need to have a tree farm like this anymore to get wood easily. Like, you can just grow a tree and then hold down shift and then chop it with an axe, and then and then the whole tree goes away. I mean, I do admit that is a nice option to, make the game easier for players who, I guess, obviously building a tree farm is too much of a undertaking for them, and maybe even so much as using the community tree farm might be too much for them. And so I guess they have an option to get wood that way. And well, I do admit, making the game easier for more play styles is always a good thing. It's just kind of as a technical Minecraft player and redstoner, I'm not going to I'm not going to get rid of my tree farm because of that, because I personally kind of like the experience of, I feel like it just makes the experience more vanilla to me, because it's like having to use a tree farm like this that actually uses vanilla game mechanics. Like, literally, you can, just the fact that any player can just go and build this very tree farm if they were so inclined, and actually use it in a vanilla survival world with no mods, no plugins, like nothing, just a pure vanilla Minecraft, it's very like I guess it just makes the experience that much more fun for me. I guess that, and it gives me an excuse to use redstone, but I just like, I mean, like, while it is nice to have the tree plugin, like in situations where I can't have a tree farm like this, it's still, I much rather I much rather keep my tree farm, because it's just, I feel like that just makes the game that much more fun for me. Oh, and here is the redstone for the sorter area here. It's pretty actually quite proud of how compact I was able to make this. Like I don't think it's possible to make it any more compact than this. Like these barrels, like one of these, I think actually overlaps into the other module. And so it's like I have to put like that comparator on top of this one. Like, I think that's what I mean by that. So really the only things that changed other than this was the tree farm that goes up there. Like the blast chamber is the same. Can't believe I managed to parkour my way up here, but here we are. So the only modifications I really made to the actual tree farm design that I built was just actually making it work with the blast chamber, which involves these things, which are like vertical block conveyors, which basically, like, so when the wood is actually coming in as like a wall, these things actually fire downward and actually convert that into like a one by one string of wood blocks, which can then go into the blast chamber. And another thing I'm really pleased about this tree farm is this has to be one of the most reliable automated tree farms. Well, I haven't really been using it that much, but the little bit of this that I have been using, the little bit that I have used this for, actually proved it to be nearly basically 100% reliable. So I guess I'll have to use it more to better prove that, but like, but if anybody who's watched my videos like since the beginning of my channel, you probably know, you might know that tree farms have just been like this elusive thing, like one of the most elusive farms that I've been trying to build in survival Minecraft. Well, I guess I was mostly, well, because every, like, I've done, like, countless different tree farm designs, and it's like almost none of them worked 100% reliably. Like sometimes they would always break in one way or another. And I feel like most of that now is more to blame. It's more due to just that old server just sucking overall, and it's just having the issues that it had. More so than it is the tree farm designs, but like, I'm just so happy. I'm just so pleased now to actually have reliable tree farms on the server now, especially after just putting up with the issues of the previous server for just so many years. It's just finally nice to actually be on a server that's stable for once, and a lot more redstone actually works more reliably on. Despite what some members of the hardcore redstone community might think. And here's the thing, like this very much is like applies to the broader Minecraft community outside of Skade, which, as far as I'm concerned, is a bit of a minefield, because there's these groups of toxic players who like basically are like there could be an update released that just breaks like one particular mechanic, not even intentionally, and then the redstone, and then some parts of the redstone community would literally lose their shit because the certain mechanic was broken, and they're like, how dare Mojang break our redstone? And it's like, dude, calm down. It's like this Minecraft development. There's more to Minecraft development than you think. And it's like, and like, I would say, like, as far as the technical Minecraft player base is concerned, I would say that we have it, like, as far as, like, updates coming out and breaking stuff, I feel like we're in a much better position now than we ever were before, because, like, I mean, snapshots were always a thing. Like, I think even as far back as, like, I think snapshots were a thing even long before I started playing Minecraft. And like, but like, thinking back to the days when Notch was in charge of Minecraft, I feel like a lot more updates came out that, like, I feel like updates were a lot more quickly released, like without second thought about how they would affect the community. And there are a lot of changes that broke a lot of stuff that made a lot of people upset. But I feel like nowadays, especially the you know, the way Mojang operates now, it's like, I feel like it's very, like, it's a lot more unlikely for an update to be pushed out that majorly changes core mechanics of the game to the point where a farm that used to work no longer works because the mechanics changed. And, like, I'm not saying that's not really a problem. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't a thing anymore. Like, that still very much is a thing. But I feel like we, as the Minecraft community, are in a much better position now, like, with the way Mojang as a company operates today, than the way that it did, like, 10 years ago. So it's like I feel like 10 years ago, uh, like updates were more likely to be released that actually have like changes that break things. But and I've kind of been, I guess I've beaten that horse to death now. So let's so kind of as far as how things are going on Midgard, things are going pretty well, and even like with me being away from Midgard and kind of doing other things, I still am I'm still very it still warms my heart to see that some players are still actively playing on Midgard, just even with me being off of Midgard for more than a hot minute. Like it's still cool to see like Equina and MC Rocks and Pizza. I'm like those kind of players that are actually still playing on Midgard. And so I feel like I've talked about and all I really can talk about. So uh so I guess thank you for watching. This has been me, Dusty Circuit here with I guess just another impromptu update of what I've been up to on Midgard. And I guess thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, remember to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to see my next video, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Peace out. Bye.